Hey, Dakota, thank you for including your work. Here are my digital files. So far, let me know what I can do to improve. Absolutely, you got it. Let's go and jump right over to your work. Okay, I'll just reduce this a little bit so we can fit it in the window. Okay, perfect. So we've got your color and your black and white. So let's go and take a look. Let's start with the black and white. And I just want to increase that just a little. There we go. That's perfect. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I notice is that we have a requirement here, and I'm over in the week 3 assignment Rebus project final page. And there is a requirement. There's a 1-inch border. You can see that 1-inch border right here. So I don't know how you want to add yours, if you want to add it as solid like a frame or just a stroke like this. That's up to you. But let's add that just so that we're in accordance with the specifications. Where is it? It's right here, 1-inch border on all sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back over here. So don't judge a book by its cover. It's perfect. It's great. Love it. Really nice illustrations too. Very clean. You've got some converging lines on the book right here. So I would extend the cover of the book just to make sure that those pages, maybe even just a little bit more taper in the pages, just to make sure that they look like pages. Do you see what I'm saying? Just a little bit of kind of visual discomfort here with these converging lines on the book. Other than that, the other illustrations are fabulous. Now, one thing I noticed, a couple of things I'm noticing in the black and white version, by its cover. So the cover, you've got this really nice area right here that like indicates those sheets. I'm wondering if you weren't to like add that kind of an extra layer here just to indicate a cover. Do you see what I'm saying? So that it's not construed as bed, and I think that would be really easy. So it's more obvious in the this version, but again, this version, the whole bed is red, and I just think and maybe adding some kind of a cover with these kind of dimensions where it's hanging off, and this kind of style right here. I think that might be interesting. I think it might also, well, I want to talk about the color version in a second, but okay, the only other thing I'm seeing is it. So I think it's a great illustration of the clown from It, but the only thing is I think it could be a little bit more accessible. And if you remember the original clown from It had buck teeth. It didn't have these like sharp, razor sharp fangs. I think that the clown in It too has those razor sharp fangs. But since that's a brand new movie, I think it would be more accessible to depict the older version of the clown, which is right here. And to me, one of the most identifying characteristics of that clown are the buck teeth. I don't know if you remember, but it was just scene after scene, and also added like almost this air of innocence to the clown before he got really nasty evil. Remember when the clown was kind of almost submissive in different ways, kind of tricking the kids? The buck teeth were just such a prominent part of his facial characteristics and features. So I'm wondering if adding the buck teeth instead of the fangs might be a little bit more accessible. Also, there's another thing that might even work is just maybe have a string come up from here with the balloon. And that might bring it home. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Remember, the balloon was a pretty prominent part. There's the balloon. There's the balloon. There's the balloon, all sorts of different images with the actual balloon. So I'm wondering if adding the balloon might even just kind of bring this home a little bit more effectively. So that's I have a personal choice. It's up to you. Let's go ahead and oh, and finally, the word A, that little kind of frail lowercase a that's hand drawn, I would replace that with a font, lower or uppercase. Probably uppercase will probably be a little bit more recognizable, and it will be able to stand up to the illustrations more. As we can see, the A will disappear before, well, this isn't going to let me zoom out anymore, but the A is so much smaller and more frail than all of the other illustrations. So stylistically, I think it might help to beef that up a little bit. Actually use a font. Let's go to the color version. I'm not real sure if the best solution here is the monochromatic. So think about that. I think that adding some color here might add some visual interest, some visual engagement. So think about that. Okay, other than that, I think it's just fantastic. Great, I shouldn't say great start. I think it's excellent continuation of your original concept, your original sketches into the digital format. So outstanding, outstanding, great job. Just a couple of little minor changes I think will make this really drive it home. Okay, any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to make any necessary clarifications. Great job. Thank you very much.